Hi class, welcome to another tutorial on CS384. This time we will be actually seeing how to handle specific exceptions in Python. Okay, so continuing with the series, we are seeing a division kind of error in this. So I'm keeping a program which has error right now. Let me just execute. See, I have a numerator as 10, denominator as 0. And when I divide this, the Python interpreter throws an exception. Now just have a look at this. Zero division error. So the interpreter says that the error or the exception that I got is named as zero division error. Okay, so you have already seen the try and except clause. So I have kept this in program. So let me just uncomment this part. So if I keep this particular part, right, so obviously my program will execute now, because when the try is causing an error, the except clause, there will be some error it prints, and it also prints have a good day. But I did not come to know what kind of error it was. See, it may happen that when you have million of lines of codes, there might be some exception that must have been raised. But if you don't know what the error was, how would you rectify it? Right? So as you saw in this particular case, let me uncomment the line again. I got a zero division error. So let me just copy this line, right? So before the colon, let me just copy this line. And what I will say, except zero division error. So this means if an exception of this type occurs, right? So I basically know that, okay, the exception was of zero division error, right? I will just say, I will detail more about this. So let me now execute the code. Okay, I have to comment out this line. So now what happens, your exceptions will only handle, see, when the exceptions was blank, it will automatically handle all kind of exceptions that Python supports, right? So for example, if I make this a string, right, now this is a string, and let me uncomment this line. Let us see what happens. Now you can see, instead of zero division error, I have come across type error. This is a new kind of exception. So Python has a long list of exceptions. I have given the link in this program also, so you can see so many kind of exceptions in Python, right? They have an entire hierarchy of exceptions, right? So now let us do one thing, right? Let us keep this as 0 and go back to our division error, right? And now let us try to execute. Oh, sorry, I did not comment out this line. Let me comment out this line and try to execute, right? So there was some error in the try clause, right? But note that now we are handling only zero division error in this case, right? So zero division error is a specific kind of error that we are handling. Now we can just see, let's say if I combine this, if I make this as 0, now this is a string. Remember when I had typed the string 0, I had got the type error. Now just see how would this run. See, if you see again, the program has abruptly aborted, right? I did not get a have a good day. Now why did this happen, right? This happened because I asked the Python, okay, try to execute this statement, right? Division is equal to numerator by denominator, fine. But there was an error. Obviously you cannot divide an integer by string. But in the except clause, I am saying Python, see, you have to only handle this kind of exceptions and not any other, right? Now the actual exception that we got was type error and not of zero division errors, right? So how do you handle that? So let me just say one thing. I will say zero division error, and you can have multiple except statements. Except, and now I will say print, and say there was some other exception than zero division error. So now what happens here? Python will try to execute this line. It will get a, in this case, because we have 0 as a string, it will get a type error. Now first it will match with this. It says zero division error. So remember the switch case in C? So it says no, type error is not equal to division error. So it will actually skip this statement. And now here we are keeping just the except. So it includes all the exception that Python has defined in this list, right? So somehow The type error will basically catch here and it will print this statement. There was some exception other than zero division error. Just see. Now I'm executing this. There was some other exception than zero division error. So basically this statement was executed. So this is how you basically catch some specific exceptions. So this is specific exception is basically useful when you want to actually know what kind of error actually happened. That's it for this video.